The internet didn't just shake last night, it split in half, detonating in real time as Joe Rogan dropped a revelation so shocking, so volatile, so dangerously explosive that even his own studio crew reportedly stopped breathing. No jokes. No banter. No warm-up. He leaned into the mic, stared dead into the camera, and delivered a sentence that will haunt celebrity culture for years. People have no idea what's really going on with Erika Kirk and Charlie's parents. And with those words, the world changed forever. Within seconds, fan accounts went nuclear. Twitter threads erupted like digital volcanoes. Hashtags blazed across timelines. Millions of viewers replayed Rogan's tone, that chilling, razor-sharp seriousness he only uses when he's holding something lethal. And he wasn't hinting. He wasn't speculating. He was exposing, peeling back a layer of the Kirk family's carefully crafted image to reveal something darker, deeper, and far more sinister than anyone imagined. Because according to Rogan, this wasn't grief. This wasn't family tension. This wasn't some mild disagreement behind closed doors. This was a cold war between a widow and the parents of the man whose empire she now controls. A war ignited by secrets, silenced by intimidation, and fueled by documents, recordings, and insider leaks so dangerous they were never meant to escape the shadows. And now they have. Fans are screaming. Celebrities are weighing in. The narrative is collapsing. Something massive is coming, and Rogan just lit the fuse. No one expected the night Noah Rowan broke the silence, but the second he leaned into the mic with that low, simmering intensity, the world should have known something catastrophic was coming. His studio, normally buzzing with banter and background laughter, went ice dead. Even the sound tech froze, fingers hovering over controls, as if he knew any sudden movement might shatter whatever dark secret Rowan was about to release. And when he finally spoke, 8 words that detonated like a grenade, everything people thought they knew about the Cole family burst into flames. You don't know the truth about Alina, or his parents. That sentence didn't just trend. It carved a fault line through the internet. Within seconds, the leaked clip hit Twitter, TikTok, Reddit, every platform that could carry a wildfire. Someone from inside the studio, still unidentified, posted the first snippet with the caption, "This is going to break everything." And it did. Millions of views in minutes. Thousands of comments. People screaming in all caps. Fans demanding answers. Detractors accusing Rowan of the biggest act of career sabotage in podcast history. And yet the one thing everyone agreed on was the way Rowan said it, calm, heavy, terrified. The kind of voice you only use when you're sitting on evidence too dangerous to ignore. And the blurred-out guest beside him, that industry insider, whose identity the podcast masked, didn't help calm anything. They nodded in eerie silence before speaking. "There are things Daniel's parents know," the guest whispered, "things Alina never wanted public. Documents. Messages. Recordings." It was like dropping gasoline onto a fire already roaring at full height. Suddenly, everyone was looking at Alina Cross, not as the grieving widow standing courageously beside the empire Daniel built, but as someone who might have taken that position by force. People dug up old footage like digital archaeologists uncovering forbidden artifacts. They compared early clips of Daniel speaking, vibrant, hopeful, his parents cheering brightly from the front row, with the colder, curated media appearances near the end, ones where only Alina stood beside him. No parents in sight. No mentions of them. Fans started asking the obvious questions. Where did Daniel's parents go? Why did they vanish after he collapsed? How did Alina get all control so fast? Every timeline, every digital footprint became a clue in a mystery no one knew existed until Rowan tore it open. Then came the first real leak. An email, blurry, Pixelated, cropped, but unmistakably explosive. An anonymous forum account posted it with the chilling title, Transition Plan, 2 days after his death. And inside, a fragment of text allegedly written by Alina to a financial strategist: "We cannot allow parental involvement. Their oversight risks undoing everything." The internet erupted. People screamed in comments that it validated everything Rowan suggested. Critics argued metadata was missing. Supporters claimed this is only the beginning. Memes of Alina as a corporate dictator flooded TikTok. Someone even created a filter making users look like an empire-hungry widow, complete with dramatic lighting and tearless eyes. But the second leak was worse. It wasn't text. It was audio. A shaky recording surfaced on a fringe website known for hosting controversial material before it goes mainstream. The title read simply, "Listen before it's removed." And what people heard made blood run cold. A trembling older woman, claimed to be Daniel's mother, speaking through suppressed sobs. "She's rewriting him," the voice whispered. "She's rewriting our son." The breathless silence that followed hit harder than any screaming scandal ever could. Another voice, older, weary, joined in. "We weren't allowed to speak at the funeral. Our own son's service." The tremor in the father's voice cracked the internet open. And then the moment no one was ready for: "We still have what she's afraid of," the mother said. "If it ever sees the light, everything changes." The recording cut abruptly, fueling theories that someone, somewhere, didn't want the rest heard. TikTok exploded with reenactments. Twitter erupted with thread after thread constructing elaborate timelines. Reddit became a battlefield of voice analysis experts comparing spectrograms, trying to confirm authenticity. One user claimed the faint hum in the background matched the exact air conditioning frequency of the Cole's known residents. Another claimed it was AI generated. Both sides screamed over each other until platforms collapsed under the noise. Alina remained silent. Dead silent. She posted a black and white photo of Daniel's watch with a caption, "Strength is quiet." That caption alone spawned 500,000 angry comments. Quiet strength. Or quiet control. Or quiet intimidation. People parsed the phrase like cryptic prophecy. Then, as if the universe decided things weren't dramatic enough, a new account appeared on Twitter overnight. Truth for Daniel. No profile picture. No bio besides, "The truth doesn't stay buried." Their first post. A screenshot of what appeared to be a cease and desist letter sent to Daniel's parents, with phrases like "unauthorized disclosure" and "defamatory implications" highlighted in blood-red circles. It was the first time anyone saw, in writing, the suggestion that Alina was allegedly threatening legal action against her in-laws. The public snapped. So she's muzzling them. This is bigger than grief. This is strategy. What is she hiding? Hashtags like #LetThemSpeak and #silenced parents hit global trending in under an hour. But nothing prepared the world for Rowan's follow-up. On his next episode, he didn't play coy. He didn't soften. He stared at the camera and said, "People in Daniel's circle are terrified. That's why this is all coming out. That's why you're seeing these leaks." His guest, a lawyer, added, "You don't issue letters like that unless you're scared." Very, very scared. Rowan nodded. "And if the parents have what I'm told they have, this is going to shake the whole foundation." That line became a prophecy. Because just 24 hours later, something appeared online that blew previous leaks to ashes. A short clip titled, "The Call They Never Wanted You to Hear." In it, a woman's voice, eerily similar to Alina's, lashed out with venom. "You will not go public," she snapped. "I am the one the world believes. I own this narrative now. If you speak, I'll destroy what you have left." But while fans were losing their minds, something darker was happening behind the scenes, because within 1 hour of the video going live, the platform hosting it took it down. Not flagged. Not blurred. Deleted. A red banner appeared reading, "Removed for violation of community safety guidelines." Commentators froze. Even the skeptics choked on their next words. Because at that moment, the internet didn't see community guidelines. They saw a cover-up. And they saw it happening in real time. "This is coordinated," one TikTok creator declared in a viral clip. "They're employing the system to silence the parents." Another user posted a side-by-side of Alina entering a meeting with her legal team the week before. Captioned dramatically, "She knew this day was coming." People who had never cared about the Coles before now described themselves as invested for life. And the more the video was suppressed, the more mythic the USB drive became. Then came the leaks. The first was a screenshot from a group chat, posted anonymously by someone claiming to be a friend of the family. The message showed Daniel's father typing frantically, "They are trying to pull the video everywhere. Stay calm. We still have backups." The final message was chilling, "They can delete our posts, but they can't delete the truth." The timestamp suggested the screenshot was taken just minutes after the takedown. The second leak was worse, a short clip uploaded by an anonymous whistleblower account. It showed grainy phone footage of two men outside what appeared to be the Cole residence. They weren't threatening, but they were unmistakably surveying the property. The caption below the clip read, "Legal observers sent to intimidate." Needless to say, the internet exploded again. Fans began posting advice threads on how to protect the Coles, ranging from legal support to emotional support to wildly unrealistic suggestions of forming a human shield outside their home. Rowan himself entered the chaos again, posting a cryptic tweet, "Told you the storm was coming." That was it. Just 7 words. But within 20 minutes, those words had 1.8 million likes and a comment section filled with theories spiraling into madness. People begged him to reveal what he knew. Others insisted he should stay quiet for his own safety. A few joked that the USB drive now had better plot development than half the movies released last year. Meanwhile, Alina's camp scrambled to hold the line. Her publicist released a statement saying, "There is no conspiracy. There is no cover-up. The widow is mourning and refuses to be baited into a narrative of conflict." But the public wasn't buying it, not when the timing of the takedowns was too convenient, too suspicious, too perfectly aligned with the parents' attempt to speak. Screenshots of her statement circulated with comments like, "This is exactly what someone hiding something would say," and "Her silence is starting to sound like strategy." Then another blow landed. A new account under the name For Daniel Always posted an image of what appeared to be a law office letterhead, containing the following highlighted line, "Immediate injunction is recommended should the parents attempt distribution of sensitive materials in digital or physical form." The caption beneath the image mocked, "I thought she wasn't afraid of what they have." Skeptics pointed out that the letter lacked a signature, a date, or verification. But at this stage, the internet didn't want verification. The internet wanted vengeance. It wanted justice. It wanted whatever was on that drive. And while everyone else fought, the Cole parents went silent again. That silence quickly became the most terrifying part of the saga. Rumors spread that their phones were being monitored. Others claimed their friends were being pressured to talk them down. One unverified post suggested their bank accounts were temporarily frozen due to a clerical issue, a phrase that the internet instantly interpreted as a threat. Whether any of it was true didn't matter. What mattered was that the silence felt wrong. It felt forced. It felt orchestrated. Then, out of nowhere, Daniel's father resurfaced, but not in the way anyone expected. A 40-second audio clip leaked on a small anonymous forum. The voice was undeniably his. You could hear the strain, the fear, the exhaustion. "We're doing what we can," he whispered. "We never wanted this fight. But there are things we cannot unsee. Things we cannot unhear. And they know that. They know what happens if these files go out." A pause. "They are scared. And they should be." The clip ended with the sound of someone knocking on a door. It didn't take long for the internet to descend into pure hysteria. Was the knock real? Was it staged? Was he alone? Was someone monitoring him? Theories multiplied like wildfire. Some people insisted the knock came from the inside of the house, not outside. Others analyzed the acoustics of the room as if auditioning for a spy thriller. Then came the most disturbing twist yet. Another short clip circulated, allegedly sent from an untraceable email. It contained text, not audio, not images, just text. It read, "Stop. You don't understand the danger you're in. This isn't about Alina. This goes much higher. No signature. No explanation. Just that." And suddenly the story changed again. This wasn't just about a widow versus her in-laws. This wasn't just about an empire. This wasn't just about Daniel's death. Something bigger, darker, deeper was stirring beneath the surface. Something that made even the truth feel unsafe. By now, the world was vibrating with anticipation. People were convinced the USB contained everything, the recordings, the documents, the voice notes, maybe even a confession from Daniel himself. Comment sections filled with countdowns, even though no release date existed. Fans accused platforms of planning a coordinated blackout. Influencers made tearful videos begging the parents to stay strong and stay alive. The pressure on the Coles mounted every hour. And then, on a quiet Sunday morning, a single message appeared on the parents' private Facebook page, posted publicly for the first time. "We are ready." No context. No explanation. No follow-up. Just those 3 words. The internet shattered. And the world braced for impact. When the Cole parents posted those 3 words, "We are ready," the world didn't just react. It combusted. Every notification feed on every platform turned into a siren. Creators cancelled their scheduled content. Major news outlets rearranged segments mid-broadcast. One anchor actually stopped mid-sentence when the message hit the prompter and whispered, "Oh my God, it's happening." People flooded the Cole family's page, refreshing non-stop, convinced the files would drop any second. But instead of the release, something else happened, something no one was prepared for. The parents vanished. Their page went silent. Their inbox auto-replied with a cryptic message, "Unavailable for the moment. Please respect our privacy." Their phones went straight to voicemail. Neighbors claimed their cars were gone. And within hours, a new rumor tore through the internet like a lightning strike. The Coles had gone into hiding. A viral tweet claimed their lawyer advised them to leave home until the fallout could be contained. Another post insisted they had been relocated for safety. No one knew which story was real, but the panic was immediate and suffocating. Meanwhile, a strange stillness settled over Alina's world. Her Instagram, usually filled with artfully composed images of candlelight, scripture, and carefully curated grief, went dark. Not even a story. A fan account claimed she was spotted leaving her residence with her attorney, hair pulled back, jaw clenched, holding a thick folder that looked like a war strategy packet. People zoomed in on the photos, analyzing every shadow, every expression, every crease of paper visible under her arm. She knew this moment was coming, someone posted. "She's preparing for the blast." But the blast didn't come from Alina. It came from an unknown source. a hacker collective that had. But while everyone focused on Lantern, something far darker was unfolding. A journalist known for exposing high-profile corruption released a cryptic thread late that night. It began with a single sentence: "I've seen the full archive." The internet lost its mind. People begged for details. The journalist continued, "This isn't just about Alina. This is bigger than her. Much bigger." They described documents referencing unauthorized reallocations, orchestrated media control, and strategic emotional distancing. But the part that sent people into hysteria was the next line: "There are videos and voice notes. Some from Daniel himself." Thousands of users demanded the journalist upload them. But the journalist refused, saying, "It's dangerous. You don't understand. People will get hurt." That refusal only made the public more desperate, more rabid for answers, more convinced that the archive contained truths that could rewrite everything they believed about Daniel's final months. Then, without warning, Rowan returned with the fiercest episode of his career. He sat in silence for 10 long seconds before speaking. "I warned you," he said, voice low. "I tried to be careful. But now the dam has broken." He claimed he received anonymous evidence that aligned with Lantern's leaks. He said he had confirmation that high-level individuals, not just Alina, stood to lose everything if the Coles released the full archive. His voice hardened. "This isn't just a family fight anymore. This is an empire fight." Clips of that moment blasted across every platform. People called Rowan the whistleblower of the century. Others insisted he should lawyer up. But by then, no one could stop what was coming. Then Lantern struck again. Fragment 2.zip dropped at 3:12 a.m. Like a bomb. Inside were transcriptions of voice notes allegedly from Daniel during the months before his collapse. The most disturbing read: "I feel watched. Even at home. Even when we're alone." Another: "I want to talk to my parents. But she says it's not the right time." And the final one, time-stamped just days before his death, sent a chill through every reader: "If something happens to me, don't let her be the only one who tells my story." The internet screamed. People wept. Fans collapsed into existential dread. Even celebrities who had stayed silent finally spoke, writing things like, "I don't know what's real anymore, and this feels evil." At this point, Alina's silence became its own death sentence. Then came the breaking point. A leaked clip, longer than any before, surfaced out of nowhere. It was a video recording taken from what looked like a home office security camera. The angle was slanted, unclear, but the audio was unmistakable. Alina's voice, cold, clipped, trembling with fury, arguing with someone off camera. "They don't get to decide how history remembers him," she snapped. "His legacy is mine to protect. Not theirs. Mine." A chair scraped. A man's voice, possibly Daniel's father, shouted, "He was our son. You don't own him." Then came a chilling reply that froze the world: "But I own everything he left behind." The video ended abruptly with the sound of something crashing. Those 13 seconds destroyed any lingering defense she had. But the most terrifying twist was still ahead. An anonymous message appeared under Lantern's post: "You're all looking at the wrong enemy." People screamed for clarification, but the message author never responded. Instead, a new file surfaced, fragment 3. Locked, encrypted, password protected. And attached was a single line: "This contains the part of the archive that explains everything." The shift. The silence. The fear. The collapse. Millions tried to crack it. Theories erupted. Password guesses trended globally. People were convinced the file held the final truth, something catastrophic, something Alina and powerful people around her would do anything to keep buried. And just as the world collectively held its breath, the Cole parents resurfaced. A shaky live stream went up on an alt account, showing their silhouettes, not their faces. Daniel's mother whispered, "We didn't authorize Lantern. We didn't leak those files." Her voice trembled. "But the archive, it's real. And if we're forced to reveal everything, if we're forced, we will." Daniel's father leaned into the frame, voice breaking. "But if we disappear before we can, remember this. She wasn't the only one trying to silence us. She was just the beginning." The stream cut instantly. Millions watched in horror as the screen went black. And the world realized something far bigger, far darker, far more dangerous than a widow's ambition was now coming into view. Everything was about to explode. If you're still here, breathless, shaken, trying to piece together the whispers, the leaks, the vanishing parents, the encrypted files, the threats, the recordings, the shadows behind the shadows, then you already know this isn't just a story anymore. This is a countdown. Something massive is shifting under the surface, and when the next fracture hits, it won't just expose Alina, or the Cole parents, or the empire Daniel left behind. It will expose every silent force working overtime to bury the truth before it erupts. So listen closely. If you don't hit like right now, this video will disappear under the same wave of suppression that wiped the parents' posts and pulled their video from the internet. If you don't comment, your theories, your warnings, your outrage, then the people trying to bury this saga will win. Your voice isn't optional anymore. It's part of the evidence trail. It's part of the pressure that keeps the truth alive long enough to reach daylight. And whatever you do, subscribe. Because the next leak could happen at any moment, in the middle of the night, during a live stream, dropped anonymously with no warning. And when it does, you cannot afford to be late. You cannot afford to hear it secondhand. You need to be here the moment the archive unlocks, the moment the final files spill out, the moment the entire narrative collapses under the weight of what's been hidden. Hit subscribe. Turn on notifications. Because this isn't over. It's accelerating.